Hey folks, welcome to the DoItYourselfDad channel. Today we're going to be replacing our old, outdated SimpliSafe security system with this thing. This is the Eufy one-stop home security solution. And if you've been around the channel for a bit, you know that we've actually been slowly being taken over by Eufy products. We've got the door lock here. We've also got cameras all over the house, and we're going to have some more stuff coming up real soon too. So the whole house is going to be switched over to a Eufy security system. I've been really happy with their products. But right now, let's get into the installation of this thing. Now, their system comes with two entry sensors, which are basically door window sensors, and a motion sensor. Now, in my house, I have more than one door. I have a front door, a side door, a back door. So we added some more sensors. So I also got an extra 2 entry sensors and an extra 2 motion sensors. So that way we can have pretty much the whole house covered. Now, I'm not a big fan of unboxing videos, so let's just get everything out. So here's what all comes in the box. It does have a base station, and I'm gonna try in this video not to use this one because I have the same base station set up for my cameras, and everything should be able to connect to that station. I'm gonna hold on to it just in case. If you wanna see how to set up the base station, you can check out, I have a video linked down below for when I install my cameras that'll show you how to set up one of these, but it's really simple. So it comes with the base station, it comes with all your associated cables, your sensors, these sensors, and this was making me crazy when I took it out of the box. These things are magnets, and every time I put them down on the table, that happened, which could just keep me entertained for days. And then I put everything in front of the camera and I realized there's something missing, and that is the keypad. There's a reason the keypad's missing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get it. And I'm back, the keypad's here. The reason the keypad was missing was I cheated and I opened up the box last night and I charged it so I could have everything ready for the video. There's a little charging port on the bottom. It's a little micro USB, and you can charge up the keypad. The nice thing about that is it's wireless. You don't have to run power to this thing on the wall. You just stick it to the wall. Now, also included are the little batteries. These are the batteries for your sensors. These are supposed to last 2 full years, and all the mounting hardware. What I really like about this thing is you have mounting hardware for screws if you want to screw this to the wall, or if, say, you're renting or you don't want to screw things to the wall. Everything also has these little 3M sticky pads where you can just stick it to the wall and peel them off later if you need to. So right now, let's jump into installing this mess. Now, if you haven't already done so, the first step to any of the installs for any of the Eufy stuff is to download the app and set up an account. And you can see here on my account, I've got all my cameras hooked up. So now, once you have the account set up, we're gonna go into up here, My Devices, and we're going to add a new device. Now we have all these different systems here. We're gonna go all the way down. We're gonna find the keypad, and we're going to install the keypad. Now, like I said before, I already charged this for the video, and we're gonna hold down the sync button, which is up here on top of our keypad, for 2 seconds. Until the little light is blinking blue. So that little light is blinking blue. Go back to our phone. And I don't know if you could hear that because it's actually in the other room, but you could hear the base station that I already have hooked up saying device added successfully. Like I said before, if you don't have the base station hooked up, you're gonna go back into that same menu and hook that up. You can see the video linked down below if you wanna check that out. So we can assign a name for the keypad. Now, I'm just gonna customize this, and I'm gonna write keypad because I only have one. You can do multiples. It would help if I spelled it right. You can have multiples if you want to. Keypad, wow. Not good at this. For sport, you can go down below and check out all my typos. I guarantee there's probably one in the description, and you can leave a comment down below and tell me what I misspelled. I promise I will correct it, and I'll give you credit for it too. So we're gonna confirm that and hit next. Now we're gonna set up our access code for the keypad, and I'm not gonna show this to you because I don't want you breaking into my house. And for our install here, we're just gonna use the adhesive strips. So now that installed on the wall, we're done with the keypad. Now we can move on to the sensors. So now with the keypad set up, we're gonna add some sensors. So the first thing let's do is let's add a entry sensor. And we're gonna go through the steps of setting up the entry sensor now. The first step on the entry sensor is to remove the battery cover so we can put the batteries in. There's a little slot right there. You can get a fingernail pop that thing open, and now we're gonna put in one of our batteries. The little blue light should be very faintly blinking. Don't know how well you can see that on my camera there, but it'll faintly blink. Confirm that it's blinking, and then we're gonna flip it to the bottom and hit the little sync button. And on the phone over here, it's telling me it's discovering the entry sensor. We're gonna make this one our front door sensor, and the sensor has been added successfully. Now we just have to go mount it to the door, and then we'll be all done. Now, when you mount the sensor, take note that it does say magnet right there. And you wanna make sure that you orientate this in a way that the magnet can be within about 1/2 inch of the sensor. And then I close the door. I don't know if you saw it when it closed, there was a little blue blink. The blue blink meant that it picked up that magnet, and now it knows that it's closed. So the next sensor to set up is our motion sensor. And our motion sensor, these are important because if you're in a situation where you have armed all your doors, but somebody breaks in through a window, this will pick them up on the inside. So let's get back in here and add a motion sensor. I'm gonna go all the way down to motion sensor, select that one, and we're gonna go with basically the same process of putting the battery in. There's a little battery door right here. This time I already unwrapped the battery, so you don't have to watch me almost stabbing myself with a steak knife. Close that sucker up, and we're gonna do the same thing. Hold that sync button for 2 seconds, and I can hear from the other room, ready to add device. And it just said added successfully. We're gonna go back into the app and we are going to assign this one a name. Now this one I'm going to put in the dining room. So we're gonna again customize. You can see me misspell dining room 5 times. Look at that, I got it on the first try. And we're gonna follow its guide for the installation position. You do wanna get this thing up off the ground so it's not picking up smaller critters like cats and things like that. So we are going to install this in the corner of our dining room. Now we've got it set up right there in the corner of our dining room. Something to think about is I have doors here, and you wanna make sure that the sensor isn't pointing out the door, because if somebody walks by, especially if it's in like a front yard or it picks up somebody on the sidewalk, it could trigger an alert even though they're not inside your house. So make sure you have it pointed into the house and not out into your backyard. You don't want false alarms. So now you can see I've got all the devices set up on my Eufy account, and something else to be noted is it comes with these stickers. These you can stick all over the outside of your house, and the hope is that when somebody sees something like this, they move on to the next house and they don't screw with your house, preventing damage to doors, windows, and things like that. Now, I know there's somebody out in YouTube land that's on their keyboard right now about to make a comment, and that comment is always, if you need all this stuff on your house, the alarm systems, the smart locks, the cameras, why don't you just move to a safer neighborhood? And the truth is, I live in one of the safest cities in the entire country. I love where I live, but I'm also a nerd and I like this stuff. So that's why I've got it all. I do like knowing what's going on around my house when I'm away on vacation. I like knowing when packages get delivered on the porch. I like knowing that my family can see the front yard when the delivery person's here. So it does come in handy, but I live in a very safe neighborhood. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna just do an install video on this thing like I just did and say it's all good. I'm gonna take a couple weeks. I'm gonna play around with the system. I'm gonna do all the settings, and then in a little bit later in this video, I'm gonna show you how I have it set up and show you my real world experience with it. But right now, I've got to do the cliche YouTuber thing. I'm sorry, but please hit that subscribe button. What we do here on the Do-It-Yourself-Dad channel is all this stuff. It's for you, and you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button or leaving me a comment down below and let me know what you think of the video, of this product, or if there's anything else that you'd like to see or get help with on the channel. So now, let's hop in that time machine, zap to the future, and see how this thing's working out. So it's been a couple days living with the system, and you can tell it's been a couple days because my hair got cut and my mustache fell off. But I've learned a couple things I want to show you. I've kind of got the settings tweaked out on my phone, so I'll show you how we've got that set up, and I'll show you an issue or two that I've come across, but it sounds like Eufy is working on them. So when you're arming this thing and you're leaving the house and you go to put in your passcode, it starts the countdown. You'll hear the countdown here, and you'll hear the countdown over there coming from the base station. Now if I want to disarm it, same thing. And we've disarmed the system. Now on my last system, if I was leaving, I could have a door open and then I could punch in the passcode and then walk out the door. This one's not like that. You would have to have all the doors closed, push in the passcode, and then you got your 30 seconds to leave, assuming you've set up that delay. Now let me show you the one other issue, and the one that I've heard that Eufy's already on the fix on. So we're gonna rearm the alarm. And we're gonna let it arm itself. Okay, so now I've armed my own alarm. Now I'm gonna break into my house. Now you can hear behind me, the base station is registered that I've come home, or I've broken into my house. It's gonna start a 30-second delay, which is what I had set up before, so I could get into the house and had enough time to disarm the alarm. We're not gonna disarm it though, we're gonna let the alarm go off. Okay, so the alarm's going off, right? But the alarm is part of the base station on the system. So if I'm a bad guy and I come over here and I grab the system, all I gotta do is unplug it and the alarm's not on. Now, if I was a bad guy and I was coming in the house, I would hear that thing counting down before the alarm even went off and I could go turn it off. And right now, I got my alert that the alarm went off, but I don't know if I would get an alert if the base station was unplugged. So let's find out what happens if I get an alert if the base station's been unplugged before the alarm goes off. So like I said, we're gonna try that test again, and we're gonna try that test again, arming the system, setting the system off, and then going over and unplugging it before the alarm goes off during the countdown. Now I realized during that last little reenactment, it wasn't that realistic because I didn't look like a burglar. So how's this? All right, let's arm the house. And now we wait. So I'm outside, I'm getting ready to burgle stuff. I don't know if that's a word, I may have just made that up. I'm gonna somehow make it past the camera there, the Eufy door lock, the Eufy camera up there. Let's get into the house. So we can hear the base station was just beeping because I came in. It's still beeping. We're making our way over to it. It's doing the countdown. And we're gonna unplug the base station. So it never finished its countdown, the alarm never went off. Let's see what alerts we got on our phone. So on here you can see I did get an alert to the dining room detection. You know, I got an alert for the dining room motion detection, living room front door detection, but no trigger for the alarm. Also, how do people break into places with all this stuff on? It is hot in here. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so I'm back into normal clothes. My system is booting back up because I plugged it back in, but how could Eufy fix this? Well, it sounds like they already are. There's rumors around that an actual alarm chime is coming out, and that would mean the sound's not gonna come out of that box anymore, it'll come out of a chime, which is how the SimpliSafe system was set up. So whoever breaks into your house would hear the chime, but it wouldn't guide them straight to the box. So the sooner that comes out, the better off we are as far as using this as a real viable security system. Now, the other thing that they do have for these, which we're gonna sign up for, is monitoring. And there was a $4 version and a $9.99 version, depending upon what you wanted. I'll have a link down below if you wanna check out their options, but you don't need to pay for any of that if you just wanna get alerts on your phone. So what are my final thoughts on the Eufy security system? I really like it. The app is really, really easy to use and it works with all the other stuff, but there are those couple little features, but it sounds like all that stuff is things that Eufy's working on and are software updatable. So is it a 100% viable solution as it is right now? Maybe not, but they're getting darn close. Hopefully they'll come out with some more sensors soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping on some water detection leak sensors because I do use those for the aquariums and things like that. And that extra chime will help with the burglar situation, not guiding them straight to the base station. So hopefully they get those things worked out soon. It sounds like they're already in the process of, and if those things do get fixed, I will mention them down in the pinned comment below. Now I'm gonna have a video out about how I turned my whole house over to Eufy with the cameras, the door locks, the alarm system, and everything. I'm gonna have that link below once it's out, but let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see on the channel, products you'd like to see, or how-to videos you'd like to have done, because I do this all for the viewers. So with that, thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I always have awesome content coming your way. See you in the next video.